Started a clothing line, a t-shirt line.
FashionOverPeople. It's my brand.
Isn't that a great name?
Yeah.
I have chills. I have
Yes,
chills.
yes.
Fashion.
Do you know fashion is the topic? Like my job as, and you know this is what I do, is to have it's the heartbeat of what's going on, and hoping that I'm ahead of everyone else. But everything is turning fashion right now, meaning you're seeing more fashion fundraisers and ideas and seeing it show up in different ways. Like Kaiser's doing a big thing now called Beauty from the Inside Out, different ways of looking at fashion.
Well, everyone's
Exciting.
into fashion. That's the thing. If you wear clothes, you're into fashion, you know what I mean? And the thing about Fashion Over People, it's more than a clothing brand. It's an outlook. It's a lifestyle. It's something that I've lived every day of my life because growing up, you know, I would argue with my mother before I go to school the next day about what I'm wearing the next day to school. I always wanted to pick my own outfit. I always wanted to be different. I don't like to fit in. I like to stand out in the crowd. I don't like to fit into society at all. But
And sometimes they'll say people that use fashion.
That's so true. And
Well, sometimes they'll say like people that are into fashion to stand out, like it's an attention getter. But I really don't see it like that. I'm agreeing with you. I think it's a mindset. I think it's the way a person sees themselves in the world.
well,
it's
fashion.
self-expression.
It is.
Well, fashion it's an art form. You know what I mean?
I love it.
As a person, I'm very reserved. I don't really talk to many people. That's just my personality. Although I am working on that. I'm working on networking, getting out there, talking to more people. But when people usually do see me, they usually see my outfit and they see how I put myself together. And the way that I want people to look at me when they look at my outfit, I want to bring emotion out in people.
That's like poetry.
Yes. Exactly. With
Or
the
storytelling.
graphics that I put on my t-shirts and my art. I do art. I draw. I've been drawing since I was 4 years old.
Oh.
And a lot of my drawings, they're more of like, they're deep and they're emotional drawings. I want them to bring out deep emotion in the people who see my drawings. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Whether it be sadness, happiness, content, grief. You know.
That's great.
I just love emotion, like pure emotion. Because as a person, I'm not the most emotional person. So.
Well, sometimes our art is the opposite of what we actually are capable of doing. So we use art to do that. So it
Exactly,
begins
yeah.
And
to
the
balance.
depth. When he shares with me his art, I'm like, where did that come from?
Sometimes
It's
I don't
just-
even know where it came from. It just comes out.
It's a lot. It has a lot of depth, a lot of emotion, and it does. It makes you feel a certain way. How did you come up with the name Fashion Over People? I just think I love that
I
name.
love that.
Fashion Over People.
FOP.
It's just how I feel. To be honest with you, it's how I feel.
Do you know one of the things I teach in a class is when people are trying to do their branding, I always say, first of all, your net worth is in your network, which is really yourself.
Yep.
And a lot of times we can discover the perfect languaging and brand by the words that they speak. So I try to get
Definitely.
them to say, so that's exactly what you're doing.
Yes.
That's amazing.
It is amazing.
Well, give us an idea what your t-shirts are like. Are you using your artwork?
Yes, I am. I'm the creative director. I'm the owner. I'm the founder of Fashion Over People. I started it with my friends.
Is that one of your t-shirts?
Yes, it is. It is one of. This
That-
is actually our first and bestseller T-shirt.
Oh my gosh, I've got to have one.
You know, the meaning behind this T-shirt is the ski mask. You know what I mean? The ski
wow.
mask is a resemblance of me and my personality. As I said before, I'm very reserved, so most of the time they only see my outfit. So the ski mask on the outside is my clothing. It's my armor. It's my confidence.
love it,
You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Protection.
Yes.
Protection. I love it. So how do we get one of those t-shirts?
FashionOverPeople.BigCartel.com. You can
What was that?
FashionOverPeople.BigCartel.com.
Oh, I love it.
Check it out. Check it out.
I will buy one.
Definitely.
Do you have extra large?
We go up to a large, but we
I'm
do have.
serious. Darn it.
Living your truth, right?
And when you're dealing with your friends,
Okay.
and you're starting a new business, and not everyone sees your vision. Not everyone is as committed as you are. I know you're experiencing that now. When I asked you to come on the radio, we said we were going to talk about that. There was some feelings from some of the individuals on your team that maybe the radio wasn't the best avenue.
I mean,
This is a good topic for all of us, right?
so I started this company with my friends, my day one friends that I've known since I was pretty much born. And I thank God for them every day, but we do get into disagreements. I'm not going to say often, but it does happen. because I have
that's
my
inevitable.
vision. Yeah, I have my vision. They have their vision. But at the end of the day, we always come back together and converge because we're all working towards a common goal. You know what I mean? I know
How's
these guys.
that working for you?
Yeah, pretty well actually. We're all working.
Good.
We're all working toward this common goal, and it's like, you know, I trust them and they trust me. They have helped me financially put me through this. You know what I mean? They didn't even want this clothing brand at first, but they trusted my skills and my assets enough to
And
put
your instinct.
exactly to put their time, effort, money forward to make this happen just for me. So
That's a
I
great
think,
friend.
I mean,
Oh,
I think
that
God,
is.
Great
it's-
friendship makes
I mean-
me love them more.
Exactly.
How many people are on your team?
in total, there's 6.
Wow, that's a nice sized team.
Yeah.
I mean, besides being talented and having a business, I mean, keeping a team together is a job in itself.
I mean,
that takes a
yes.
firstborn can handle
Yes.
that though.
I mean, I mean,
I can't help
so
that.
me and my friend Joe, shout out Joe Lim, where you at, boy?
Joe, yeah. Hey, Joe.
Yeah, he was supposed to come up here with me today, but it is what it is. Joe is my executive. He's the CFO of the company.
Very good.
And then the rest of my friends, Adewale, Aaron, Zach, shout out to y'all. I know I'll see y'all later, I guess. But yeah, they're
Now you will, because you gave him a shout out.
exactly. But we're all working towards a common goal, as I said. You know, we work very well together. We've known each other since day one.
So give us an example of when you're talking about, like, sometimes things might not be working out. What
Okay.
would an example of that be?
Okay, so recently I've been drawing a lot lately. So I recently came up with a design that was a little bit edgy, and me and Joe were discussing it. And he said he doesn't like the edginess of it, although in a way I want Fashion Over People to break the limits. I want Fashion Over People to be something that you don't see every day. You know, I want it to be different, just like me.
What happens when where you see it, you think it should go out there, it's your company, it's your vision, and now there's a
As
partner.
a 19-year-old.
And there's a partner that might not see it. So what happens? Did the T-shirt get printed?
It will be printed, yes.
I gotta
mean-
say it.
Because at the end of the day, I do want it to go to a certain vision. But
How do you make that decision? What happens between the two of you?
Mindset.
there's a consensus. Honestly, we usually end up, our arguments are never really that serious because that's my brother, pretty
So
much.
you just end up seeing.
Yeah, eye
It's a
to
family
eye.
dispute.
We
Yeah.
end up seeing eye to eye at the end of the day.
Okay, that's really eye to eye. Write that down. That's
Yeah.
pretty good.
What do you think here? I mean, this is clear vision, right? It's so important to. I've been talking to him and dealing with him on mindsets, fixed mindsets, and growth mindsets. We talk about that. But as I sit and listen to him, he's getting it. He has it.
The most important thing that you will do to build it as big as you want it to be is to stay true to your vision, because people are not going to agree with you, and they're going to be naysayers too. If you're the driving force, if you're the one who created this, you can't let anyone water it down. And you're going
Yeah.
to have those conflicts, but you're going to have to fight for what you believe in. And a lot of people, you know, when you have a dream, other people can't see it.
'Cause it's your
necessarily.
dream.
It's your dream. It was
It's
given.
your
It was
dream.
given to you. You have to keep driving.
You have to be a
forward, so.
team, and this is where the balance and success comes. Is like admiring and supporting your team, but always at the end of the
Yeah.
day.
I
the
mean,
end of the day.
and that's where my stubbornness comes into play.
That's good.
You know what I mean? I'm
Yeah.
very stubborn, so
Or self-confidence.
definitely.
Where do you see this business going?
Anywhere God wants to take it. You know what I mean? I would love to be on the runway. I would love to be on GQ
I can
or
make that
any-
happen.
anywhere.
He's 6'4". Let me say
But
this.
you know what I mean?
have
I mean, I've always looked up to
Mark.
I've always looked up to the big brands, and I've always wanted to become one of the big brands. You know what I mean? But honestly, I see this as a streetwear line, but it's more than a streetwear line. It could be a men's. It could be in GQ. It could be in XXL. It could be in
Well, if you got the
what's it-
vision,
Jet magazine. It could be in anything. You know what I mean?
Forbes.
Honestly, I don't have a
Forbes?
clear
Forbes. I love your
magazine.
thinking, Mark.
I love your thinking, Mark.
Forbes 30 under 30. Here we come.
There you go.
So, are you selling not just on the web? Is that where you're selling now?
Yes, for right now, I am just selling on the web. When
Word
I
of
was
mouth?
at Morehouse College, they would have a thing called Market Friday and Hump Wednesday,
Oh, that's great.
which is like a big block party pretty much where people come out and sell their products. And that's where I would sell most of my shirts, to be honest. I would set up a table, have my laptop out there, have all the shirts out there, and have people come and buy the shirts, you know what I mean? They wouldn't have to pay shipping, so they were happy about that.
Yeah. Now, what type of website are you using?
It's a big cartel for right now.
Okay.
Until we upgrade. We're probably
Oh,
going
so
to end
that's
up upgrading
that's the
soon.
platform.
Yes,
Oh, okay.
bigcartel.com, FashionOverPeople.bigcartel.com.
Oh,
You might want to tell your story. And invest telling your story on my blog. It goes all over the world. I'm on Huffington Post. So
Oh, yeah.
stories
You
are
could
the way
definitely
we
set that
define
up.
our lives, and people
Yeah.
when they learn your story, then they're attracted to your product.
I'm agree with
rather
that,
than you
yeah.
pursuing it by just putting a shopping cart out there, tell your story, and then they go, wow, I love this message, I love this purpose, I love what you're doing, I want
Definitely.
that, I want to share in that, so I'm going to buy a shirt. And don't call it a brand, call it a message. What's
Okay.
branding? But the first
Yeah.
concept of branding was cattle, it's ownership, right? There's brands out everywhere, but
Yeah.
you say this is message wear, right? Something that's actually going to
that's a great word.
spread
Yeah.
a message. It could be purpose wear.
Definitely,
It's
'cause
fashion over people. You're trying to share your
purpose
purpose.
wear is nice.
I
And
mean,
you-
it's all about confidence and individuality and uniqueness.
But your story is really great though, because you talked about being shy, but yet your clothes you felt was a way that you could. You feel protected in using clothing. There's probably so many people that feel that way. Like my message, when I hear somebody say "read," I panic. Like I hyperventilate. Or your storytelling, where somebody can relate to a story. So many people are going to relate to your message or brand, if you will, because they can identify with why you started it. Right?
So, Mark, I have a question. A challenge. As you evolve from going from news to your own company and blogging and being an author and a speaker, what are one of the challenges when we have a 19-year-old who is
About to be 20.
about to be 20,
May 18th. Here we go.
starting his starting
I
his
love it.
own company?
I love it.
A challenge that you faced.
Staying focused, it really is, and when you have a team, that's a challenge to have 6 other people or 5 other people that are on the team to keep everyone focused on the vision, because people will start to get their own, because everyone has their own dream,
They're
their own
going to.
mindset, and so you're going to kind of probably fray, and it's important to you to keep in your vision. You may have to have other people come into your life, and I would start looking at people. The most important thing you can do, that's why the power of books and reading or even listening, is to find the people who are where you want to go and talk to them and
Yes.
ask. I have a
How did you get
I-
there?
And it's going to change. It's going to change. Accept that. It's going to change.
everything changes.
Everything changes.
But I have a chief inspirational officer. I just reached out to her on Facebook. I searched those words on Facebook and found 2 people. Marlo Higgins come into my life. She's changing my whole life. I just went looking for her and asked her for 10 minutes of her time. And now we have developed a relationship, and she's really just blowing my world apart. It's great. Find the person that's doing the same thing that you are. Search it online. Everything's available at your fingertips now. It's the internet, right? It's exponential growth by just going out and researching information and finding out how you can get better. And also work on yourself. The most important thing you can do, Kai, if you want more, become more. If you want things to get better, you get better. If you want things to change, you have to change. You work harder on yourself than you do on your job, and things change for you.
Definitely.
Work hard on your job to make a living. Work hard on yourself to make a fortune.
Okay.
That's when
Yeah.
everything
I
changes.
do remember life is always changing, and if you don't change with it, you will be left behind.
Definitely.
And that's a fact. So that feeling sometimes, that commitment to the people that started my companies, like you want them to change too. I was really happy when they come into the expo and stay 3 years and move on and leave me behind. That's one way of looking at it. They would change and move on, and then it would force me to shift and change and move on.
Be surrounded by the 4 or 5 people.
Build
who
your
are
team.
Building you. Who you want to be,
Yes.
or the right fit for you. You don't want to be around negative people. You want to have to stay around positive people. So
That'll slow you down a lot, and I had to learn that, and it did slow me down a lot until I figured out that it all had a time. You know, like you can be on my stage for 3 years, and all of a sudden you're not anymore because you've moved on. But then it forces us to move on. Then we build a bigger stage and do bigger and better things. Nice conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful.